Hi, I'm Winslow. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, get settled in. This is gonna be a little something different in where I don't complain often, but here's a little complaint about drum and bass. It's entirely too self-referential. It really is. I know I'm not the only person that feels this way at all. You know, think about it. Like, how many tunes sound exactly like another tune?
Let that marinate.
And I'm not saying this is like a uniquely drum and bass thing. It's just that's the scene which I live in, and yeah, so I care about it, and that's what I'm gonna talk about. So many people, I don't know. It's not even like, it's like, how do we divide this? So, you know, you have your greats, your legends, right? They're doing their thing. You're not really in competition with them. You're not really, like, Perez is fine. Like, no one's gonna like, oh, you know, you kicked Perez off his pedestal. No, guy earned it. He's up there killing it. Hope to meet him one day. But then there's like this kind of gray area, not like super beginners, but like, let's call it for sake of argument, I don't know, mid-tier. This includes me. I'm aware enough to know I'm a part of my own rants. So much drum and bass wants to just sound like drum and bass instead of sounding like the person that made it, you know? If you can close your eyes, I play you a tune, and you can name like 40 people, I don't know, that's exaggeration. Let's say 45 people for this one tune, that's kind of an issue, you know? Not always, I mean, there's exceptions to the rule. I'm at this stage, I guess, where I get promos now. It used to never happen, but now I get like promos from a lot of labels, very small up to like the big guns, whatever. And you can tell when a producer is just kind of like doing what's popular, or maybe trying too much to stick to a certain blueprint, which is a normal thing. That's part of learning. Like a couple videos back, I literally point out everyone I've ever copied. How about some honorable mentions of people that I've copied, such as Spy on the Electricity, Anybody on the North Quarter, Integral Artists. I mean, it can be labels, it can be specific people. Micah's, Caliber, obviously, Urban Dawn. Have you heard my Home Alone EP? That's kind of like Poundland Urban Dawn right there, if I'm being honest. I'm not past it. I'm past it now, but I'm not, you know, I've done it. Fine, sue me. Remember, I am part of my own argument. But I hear these promos and it's like, well, it's a good tune, but it's just a good tune. While I like it right now in the moment, and maybe I play it for a couple weeks in like streams and stuff and gigs, I end up forgetting about it because there's nothing more or less personal to it. It's like, if anybody could have made this track, why should I care about it, you know? And I feel like one of the biggest reasons people like my music that I make is because like it sounds like me. And it took me ages to sound like me. Like, I'm just now, as I've been talking about, maybe in the past 6 months, past year, I'm just now feeling like I sound like me instead of Spy on the Electricity, Anybody on the North Quarter, Integral Artists, Micah's, Caliber, obviously, Urban Dawn, name them, I've copied them. So maybe it's just like, okay, a lot of these producers, and there's a lot. Like, if there's like a graph, there's the I don't know, the heads, the heavyweights are here, you know, mid-tier. Mid-tier, okay? Beginners. So this whole mid-tier is just a big homogenization of the same sound. And you can see it, and we all know it, and so many of us won't talk about it, but when you meet face to face, you're like, that label, and you don't even have to say anything else. You get it. Or like, those producers. And it's literally like a
2 weeks involved.
I wish that wasn't so prevalent, because drum and bass has like, it's such a unique genre in that it can really be anything, yet people choose to just be one little slice. And that's what bothers me. But I also know it's like, when you're learning, it takes forever for you to like make something that sounds authentic to you, because you don't know who you really are musically and what you want to say for a long time. And when you do, it's like switch flips, and like that's when you see people like shoot up because they figured out and became themselves in a way. And maybe I'm reading too much into this, as I normally do, but I've come across this too many times for it to just be like, oh, it just happened. Like, no, this is like a serious thing. So I don't know where I'm going with this. Again, it's just a rant, but yeah, stop being so self-referential. Stop making tunes that sound like other tunes and start trying to make stuff that sounds like you. And if you don't know what you sound like, take the time to figure it out. Not everything needs to be released. Not everything needs to be put out. Not everything needs to be bootleg. If I hear that Sweet Caroline one more time.
Sweet Caroline.
And you need Jesus. Cover your ears, baby.
It just, man, that took me, I could go on. I'm not though. Anyway, if you like these little rants, if you want me to complain a little bit more, complaining with a purpose, we can call it that. Let me know. This was going to be a podcast episode, but I don't want to complain for like half an hour. No one wants to listen to that. Unless you do. Anyway, do something different. Use your influences. Listen to, like, you know, the stuff you like to listen to for fun? Try and grab some bits and pieces of that. You like jazz?
You like jazz?
Try and put some jazz into your music. But jazz has been put in drum and bass. Well, find your own spin on it. Not everyone's gonna be Paul SG, okay? Not everyone, ours, is gonna be Paul SG, okay? But you can be you, SG, or I don't know. That's why I'm just like, find, you know what you like. You know you, and if you don't know you, find out who you are. Who are any of us anyway? Who am I to tell you what to think? Well, this is my channel, and I can do what I want. So, next time you go to make an idea, try and do something different. Not like world-changingly different, just slightly different. You wanna go left, go a little bit more left. You wanna go right, go left, then right. You wanna go up, you go down, then, you know what I mean? Just something. Or we're just gonna keep getting the same thing we've always gotten, and that's not how scenes grow and develop. And that's not how you, as an artist, grows or develops. You know, if you only do what you always done, you're only gonna get what you always got. Something like that. So you gotta do something different if you want something different. It worked for me. I don't know. It could work for you. Winslow out.